Hey everybody, it's Jork. Welcome back. Hope you're doing great wherever you are in the world. This one is a kind of a straightforward video that I want to make for anybody that is looking to move to a new country for work purposes, for retirement. Maybe you're a pensioner and you just want to enjoy the sweet life in some other country. As it comes to property and real estate, this is going to sound very maybe commonsensical. Not always the case, but I would highly encourage those of you that are looking to move someplace, whether it be from a rental perspective or you're buying, if you have the ability to buy something, and that's your choice if you want to do it, is to actually view the property in person as opposed to virtually. And I'm saying that because when we lived overseas, when I was in Portugal, gosh, I think I looked at over 400, not quite 500, but over 400 properties on behalf of people that were looking to move there. And I take photos. Sometimes I was able to take better video and photos than what were published on either Idealista, which was the main aggregate site to look at property, or whether it be a Remax site or a Century 21, like a major real estate site. As well as VRBO and Airbnb. Sometimes finding rentals and trying to get long-term deals, that's where people would go, and they don't always have the best photos or videos. And so I'd go and then have contact, and what I would do is look at, which sometimes frustrated the people, I would look underneath the sink for any type of water damage or mold. If they had appliances like a dishwasher, the lining around the refrigerator, I would look for any traces of mold. The washing machine, if there was a washing machine in the unit, the walls as well, because I think mold, especially in Portugal, is something you really got to pay attention to. But just the overall construction. If it was an apartment, a flat in a building, I would look at the building, the stairs, the lifts, elevators, the external structures. I couldn't get access to any roofs, but I did try to see from Google Maps, or at least there were some areas where I could actually take a look from the roof, from the bottom floor, and try to give an honest assessment of a place. But nothing, in my opinion, takes the place of you actually seeing it. And I know there can be a frenzy of, oh my, everyone's moving here, the cost of living is outrageous, I need to get a place. And I'm just going to write a check, or I'm going to wire funds, actually, do whatever I need to secure something. Because in wherever you're going to move to, most every country may require some sort of a living arrangement agreement, whether it be a rental contract or purchase agreement, something. And I can't count on hands and toes how many people were making decisions to move, in this case Portugal, without ever actually seeing the property. And almost all of them, not all, but I'd say 80 to 90% of them, once they got into the property, there were issues. Oh, well, I didn't realize, this room's a little smaller than what I thought. Or, oh, there's mold here and I wasn't sure about that. Or I have a place and it clearly says there's no heating or AC. Maybe I should have looked at it, thought about that a little more. Regrets. Yes, there's some people that moved and they felt fine where they're at. If they moved and rented, well, we're only here for a year, we can move someplace else. But it astounds me that the reason I'm making this video, it's 2026, and I just saw a thread in a Facebook group where there were, over a dozen, I stopped counting after 12 or 13 people that were moving to a few different countries, and they were just securing leases without actually viewing the properties. And I just think that's a big no-no, because again, there's a lot of stress with moving to another country and a lot to consider. And I'm trying to think here, I'm going to make sure I'm not a hypocrite. I don't think there's been a point in my life even in college, trying to go to the dorms freshman year. I got to see what they look like beforehand. Apartments throughout college, we were able to get a tour before we signed a lease. And then I'll say adult life, when you're actually, you're on your own. There hasn't been a place that whether rented or purchased, that I didn't see in person first. And it's not to say that you may trust your real estate agent and that person may do a great job for you. I'm not saying that. Just what I am saying is you're making a huge investment going to another country, and if you go someplace and you move into a place sight unseen, just from watching other or listening to other people, like when I sent information back and say, I think this is a great place to be, but you can't take my word for it. You got to be here and see it for yourself, because what I would like and what you would like could be worlds apart as far as pros and cons. But it still kills me that we live in a time where you if you're committing or you're looking to move to another country, get on a plane, or if you're you're able to get in a car or a bus, train, get to that country and view some properties just to see and make sure it's okay. Because equally what perturbs me is sometimes when I read about somebody's experience when they don't like someplace. Well, the apartment this or that, or the home this or that. And then they get around to somewhere in the fine print near the end of their little rant is, well, we didn't do a scouting trip, or we bought it or rented it before actually moving into it. I want to question your sanity on that, but I'm just throwing it out there to people. And please comment if you've moved into something sight unseen and it's been great for you. Please comment. I don't want to dissuade people. I just think you're nuts. I would love to get some commentary on what your process was when you were finding a place to live, regardless of country, if you were buying or you were renting. And I guess maybe I want some reaffirmation that most people actually look at the places they're going to move to and live before they sign on the dotted line. If everybody comments going sight unseen, we bought or rented, then I guess I have to change my thoughts on that. But I would like to think that most people are going to, if you're going to make that type of commitment, I want to see it, and I would think that you would too. But please let me know in the comments. It's something that I really think that it's worthwhile, but you'll tell me in the comments one way or the other. As always, thank you so much for watching. Enjoy your travels.